Last night, the A's did it again. Bob Melvin and the boys found another way to win a game. After a lockdown by the bullpen, 2 hit batters led to some late-inning drama when Coco Crisp got a 2-out knock to break the tie, and the Athletics took Game 2 of this 4-game set versus the Red Sox. Today, Jesse Chavez takes the hill, and he is coming off a superb outing versus the Yankees on Sunday. The right-hander allowed 1 run on 5 hits as he got his 6th win in the midst of his breakout season as a starter. Jesse and the A's take on the Red Sox next. Well, the A's are hot as we get set for Game 3 of this 4-game series. Athletics have won 4 in a row. They've won 6 out of 7, and this afternoon they will send Jesse Chavez to the mound against the Boston Red Sox. So it's Game 3 of a 4-game series from the Coliseum. Red Sox Athletics coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Jesse Chavez will be looking for his 7th win today, and Ray, he's coming off one of his best starts of the year was against the Yankees. Against the Yankees, and he'll be facing the Red Sox like he did against the Yankees, but this time he has an extra day rest. That's exactly what the A's are trying to do with the starting pitchers, but he was outstanding. Great cut fastball that expanded with a slider, and then fastball, he does his curveball, his changeup, mixed his pitches so well, and is always working very quickly. And I think the Yankees had to leave very impressed. Remember last year, he had the extra inning, about 5 2/3 against the Yankees in that extra inning game, but he's pitching very well back in the rotation now. A's have the best record in baseball. To get the best record, you got to have contributions from everybody. You got to win games in many different ways, and that certainly is the case for the Athletics. It's amazing. If you look up and down the lineup, and just looking back to Tuesday this week, you're going to see all the different contributions. Derek Norris on Tuesday night did a great job coming off the bench, and then on Wednesday, let's go to somebody else. How about Brandon Moss? A big hit for Brandon Moss down the line, scoring a runner from first base. And then Thursday, it just keeps going every day. And Yoenis Cespedes was the contributor on Thursday with a home run. John Jaso came through with a big hit to center field on a curveball. And last night, it took a couple of hit batters. And that was one with blanks, Callaspo, and then Coco Crisp with the fastball outside, goes to right field. A's scored 3 in the first, 1 in the 8th. Sean Doolittle to close it out in the 9th inning. The A's had another victory. Not bad for a ball club. Everybody contributing. So the challenge this afternoon for the A's, they will be facing somebody they've never seen before, hard-throwing right-hander Ruby De La Rosa. So that's your pitching matchup, De La Rosa and Chavez. And the Oakland A's are looking for their 5th consecutive win. Lineups and first pitch from the Coliseum when we come back.
Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box for the new Jalapeno Ranch or Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
John Jason and the Athletics take the field. We're in the Green Tops this afternoon as they look to make it 3 in a row over the Boston Red Sox. Third game of a 4-game series. So, game time weather for today. It's presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. Nice day, 69 degrees, some clouds in the sky. But day baseball from the Coliseum, we always enjoy that. We'll have a day game tomorrow as well. So, good crowd. The crowds have been very good on this homestand, as we expected, with the Yankees, the Rangers, and now the Red Sox. So it's been fun to see the big crowds coming out to the ballpark. Let's look at the lineup this afternoon for the Boston Red Sox. It'll start with Brock Holt in right. Pedroia moves up to the second spot. Then Ortiz, Napoli, Nava gets a start. A.J. Brzezinski will catch. Steven Drew at short. Jonathan Herrera gets his first start in the series. He'll be at third. And Jackie Bradley is the center fielder.
Jesse Chavez, first start against the Red Sox, coming off a great start against the Yankees in the month of June. He is making his fourth start. He is 2-1, 15th start overall. And we know what we get from Jesse: a quick worker, good cut fastball, sneaky fastball, curveball, changeup, and he loves the starting rotation. He's pitching well, looking for win number 7.
9th best ERA in baseball for Jesse Chavez. So he is ready to go, and we like Jesse Chavez for lots of different reasons. One of them is there is just no messing around. He knows what he wants to do. Puts his foot back on the rubber, and he's ready to go. Sometimes we wish hitters would do the same.
How about all the time?
Just trying to be nice, but you're right. You know how I feel about that.
Absolutely. And you know, the game quickens up. I would think a home plate umpire, and I know from past experience that umpires love a pitcher who works quickly, and not that it's going to sway any decisions as far as balls and strikes, but bottom line, get the ball and throw it.
Umpires this afternoon: Quinn Wolcott is calling balls and strikes. Gibson at first, Cuzzy at second, Jerry Davis, the crew chief, is down at third. .30 pitch is in for a strike. Just watch how quickly Jesse Chavez puts his foot right back on the rubber. He's ready to go. Now watch the hitter. Gotta fix those gloves. Close pitch, a bit low, and it's a leadoff walk for Brock Holt. Quick look at the defense for the A's. Moss is in left field today. Cespedes will DH. Crispin center, Vogt in right. Donaldson, Lowry, Sogard, Cayaspo on the infield with John Jaso doing the catching.
Javi in his last start against the Yankees did not walk a batter, and similar type lineups. Yankees and the Red Sox, both teams are very patient hitters. Third time this year of the 14 starts, Jesse did not have a walk in the game.
So here's Dustin Pedroia hitting .267 with 4 home runs, 27 RBIs. He's had a good series. A couple of hits on Thursday night. Had a base hit last night. Derek Norris, a bruised forearm. And that's good news. He's okay. He was in some pain last night, and then he ended up leaving the game, hit by a foul ball. But we're glad he's okay.
Yeah, he's in pain this morning. You know, we always talk about the seams on the baseball. He had it implanted in his arm.
Yeah. Was Bud Selig's signature on there?
No, he missed Selig's signature. It's just the seams. The discoloration of, I guess, the contusion. But he'll be fine. Stephen Vogt getting a start in right field again.
Well, this is the play, and watch the left forearm.
Yeah, just you drop your glove, and really it goes numb. That splat you heard was his. Yeah. The seams on his arm. Got moaned, but he's okay.
Up the middle, Lowry has it right by the bag. Double play. So Lowry grabbed it. He was about a foot from the bag. Nice and simple. Step on the bag, throw to first, and it's a 6-3 double play.
Great coverage by Lowry, and the ball was not hit that hard. Pedroia does a good job of protecting with a couple of strikes, but this time he hit it just softly enough that Lowry could get to it, and with the runner Holt getting down quickly, because Jet Lowry more and more is going underneath with his throws to first base, forcing the runners to get down instead of going into him too hard. Smart play on the infielder's part.
So here's Ortiz. We talked a lot about last night's game, all the different things that happened, and something we didn't mention, Ray, is the A's had 3 double plays. And you win a 1-run game, and then you look back and you turn 3 double plays, however different ways you may have turned them. That's huge.
Well, and as Nick Punto said last night, what happened to him has never happened.
Could have had 4.
Yeah, and he said he just did not have a grip. He said, I've done that. He said, sure, I've turned to throw the ball overhand and I've missed the shortstop. He said, but I've never not been able to flip the ball. He just did not have a good enough grip off the tips of his fingers. And yeah, that's one that could have been turned, was not. But when the A's win a game, you think about the other 3 that were turned.
Yep.
Some conventional, others not so conventional, especially the play that Craig Gentry made in right center. We saw the shift again with Sogard in right field.
Close pitch. And now it's 3-1 to David Ortiz.
Jaso's asking Walcott because he hesitated when he caught the cut fastball. And take a look at the outside part of the plate. That's a strike.
Yep.
That is a cut fastball outside corner. Might have fooled the umpire.
So a 3-1 curveball, and Ortiz takes the walk. So a couple of walks in the first inning, and Bob Melvin is chewing a little bit.
Yeah, that's a strike, and you're right.
Batting fourth,
he is exactly
first
right.
baseman, number 12, Mike Napoli.
You know, I think the point, a lot of times, and I know, and if there's a new pitcher comes in, and you'll see the umpire looking over the shoulder of the catcher to see the pitches, and you tell the umpire he's got a curveball, good curveball, he's got a good cut fastball, and basically you're helping the umpire so that he doesn't give up on certain pitches. And you know, that goes from a to the 2-2 to 3-1 into market, but it does make a difference. And umpires by and large want as much help as they can get, especially if they're unfamiliar with the pitcher.
1-0 to Napoli, and Napoli hits it toward Lowry, who backhands. He'll go to second. Easily done there. Side retired. Couple of walks, but no damage done by the Red Sox. A's come to bat when we come back. Inning, got a couple of walks, but the A's turned to double play. So here come the Athletics in the bottom of the first, and it'll start with that guy, Coco Crisp. Carroll last night. Then Jaso will catch. Cespedes the DH today. Moss in left. Donaldson at third. Lowry at short. Volk gets the start in right. Cayasco gets the start at first. And Sogard plays second base and bats ninth.
Robbie De La Rosa. He is 2-2, making his 5th start, and he can throw the fastball. 23 strikeouts, 7 walks. He's got a mid-90s fastball. And I guess you can call him Robbie, you can call him Buddy, you can call him anything, but he can throw hard.
Yep.
92, 97, also a slider and changeup. But his control, if he can throw strikes with the fastball, it's pretty impressive.
So the A's get their first look at Robbie De La Rosa as he delivers to Coco Crisp, and the pitch is a bit low. De La Rosa is 25 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Coco pops it up left side of the diamond. Everybody's shading their eyes. Looks like Stephen Drew is going to make the play, and he does. Quick look at the defense. Bay Area native Daniel Navas in left field, and then in center field it's Bradley, and in right field it's Holt. Herrera, Drew, Pedroia, Napoli on the infield with A.J. Brzezinski catching. There's Daniel Nava. He's probably got a nice pass list today, friends and family.
I think he remembers the grand slam he had at Fenway. I think it was his debut.
I think he's always going to remember that.
National TV, big grand slam, game winner.
First pitch to Jaso is low. Jaso hitting .272 with 6 home runs and 23 RBIs. A bit more on De La Rosa. Remember the big trade, right? Red Sox, Dodgers, Gonzalez, Crawford, Beckett, Punto. They all got traded from the Red Sox to the Dodgers. So you always remember the names that went from Boston to LA, and one of the guys that the Red Sox got back was a young pitcher named Ruby De La Rosa, and they liked him.
Time now for the Nissan keys to the game, and we'll continue about Mr. De La Rosa. Always tough the first time. That's never seen a pitcher, and sometimes that makes it a bit difficult. And yes, how would they win today? Because they win in so many different ways. But it all boils down to pitching, and if you can keep the opposition from scoring, and the Red Sox have had a tough time in that department, Bob Melvin knows that his pitchers have done a very good job, and if they continue, they don't have to score a lot, just enough to win, and that seems exactly what the A's do.
2 outs for Cespedes, and the first pitch is a strike. A little bit more on Ruby De La Rosa from the Dominican Republic. So Red Sox got 2 young pitchers, Alan Webster, a right-hander, and De La Rosa, and they were both highly thought of minor league prospects with the Dodgers, and now they're both with the Red Sox. And De La Rosa has a very fine first inning, just 7 pitches, and he gets through the top 3 in the A's order. No scores. We head to the second.
Community Fund Bowling Bash presented by Chevron in Lagunitas and supported by Crystal Clear Imaging and Sharp Investments. Tonight, it takes place tonight at Earl Anthony's Dublin. All proceeds to benefit the A's Community Fund. Tonight is the Bowling Bash. We will not read this tomorrow because it's happening tonight. Right, Joe? Great that Joe's in the booth today, isn't it, Kite?
So it's good to see Joe.
Nice to be seen.
Our stage manager, Joe McCarthy, always seems to light up the room when he walks in.
Sometimes it's better to be seen and not heard, but in the case of Joe,
it's our Joe. Glad to have him. So here's Daniel Nava. Nava hitting .202 with a couple of home runs. So indeed, Nava's probably got a nice group cheering for him. Went to St. Francis High School in Mountain View. Went to College of San Mateo. Went to Santa Clara University. So he kept it all close to home. Eric Burns went to St. Francis High School. Daniel Descalso from the St. Louis Cardinals is from St. Francis High School.
So you're saying the Northern California area produces a lot of major league players.
It's a good program, St. Francis.
A nice hello from Sam Berkovich's grandson. He's working for Comcast. And we were talking about his grandfather, who unfortunately passed away just recently, but what a great inspiration and big contributor in the Bay Area. Sports, a lot of major league players.
Coco's hustling back, but he'll get there. Turns around, makes the catch.
A lot were helped by Sam Berkovich, and so the whole Bay Area, a lot of major league players coming out of the area.
The catcher.
That ball straightaway center. That's the difference of center field and right field. Right there just tells you go to the biggest part of the diamond. And Nava had the distance maybe if he pulls it because much shorter right field, right center. But Jesse Chavez got him to hit the ball to straightaway center and an easy out.
So one away. Here's Brzezinski, and he takes a strike. The Mariners and the Royals are in a tight one in Kansas City. It's a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 8th inning. A couple of the better pitching staffs in baseball squaring off in that series. Chris Young and Jason Vargas were the starters in that game. So we'll keep a close eye on how that one turns out. Mariners won last night 7-5, scoring a couple runs in the top of the 9th inning. Caspo scoops it up, and he'll take it himself.
How about that two-seam fastball? And that's one of the hard pitches for a hitter. On a 2-1, you might be thinking four-seam fastball. Jesse Chavez, a great two-seam fastball. Turned it over, easy ground ball out. He cannot get overly aggressive as Brzezinski hit on top of a great two-seam sinking fastball. Rolled over, and Caspo handled it perfectly at first.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. As Stephen Drew hits with 2 outs here in the 2nd inning. 176 the average for Stephen Drew.
Once again, proof, as we talked Thursday night when we saw Stephen Drew for the first time, that jump back into Major League Baseball this time of the year, trying to get yourself ready. You're facing the pitchers at their peak. It's kind of shown in this series too. He's been up in some crucial situations, but nothing against Drew. He's a good player, but just very tough when you're trying to get established at this level after missing time.
Skies this one to right center. And Coco has it. Side retired. So Jesse Chavez rolls through the 2nd inning. Moss is going to lead it off when we come back. No score. California is brought to you by Evergood Sausage Company. Get grilling. Lots of sunshine in the Bay Area today. Bottom of the second inning at Coliseum. The A's and the Red Sox are scoreless. It's Moss to lead it off against Ruby De La Rosa, who had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the first. Rosa in the big leagues last year for a little bit. He pitched in 11 games, all out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. His major league debut with the Dodgers in 2012. Three and one to Moss. He'll be followed by Donaldson and Lowry here in the second inning. Moss hits it hard but foul.
Showed his height and weight. Does he look bigger than the numbers we showed? He looks bigger than 205.
Yes, he does.
He's taller than the 6 foot 6'1". If you can lower the weight in the media guy, that's always good.
And a good pitch there, and it's a swinging strikeout, and that's the first strikeout for De La Rosa.
First inning last night, Josh Donaldson got the A's on the board with a 3-run home run.
Batting in the fifth position,
Line drive over the out-of-town scoreboard. A 1-1 fastball. The Red Sox were tied, scoreless through the middle part of the game for both clubs until bottom of the 8th inning.
Number 18 for Donaldson. He now has 55 RBIs and a good curveball from De La Rosa. Losing pitcher last night, or he was not the losing pitcher, but he was not real sharp. Miller was the loser.
As for DuBron last night, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, left after a walk. 3-2 pitch. Baden Hop came in, faced Norris.
Reach for and hit foul right side. So 1-2 to Donaldson.
One of the real changes in the game, and we have talked about the work of Adam Roden. Well, in a day like today is when you've never seen a pitcher, face him for the first time, maybe see him out of the bullpen, but see him in the rotation. You want to look at as much video as you can, and Adam Roden is able to compile all of the footage. So players spend a lot of time looking at video and just looking for kind of the release point, types of pitches he throws. They will know from the scouting report the velocity, but standing at home plate, try to pick up the release point when he delivers the pitch, and then try to pick up the spin or sit on the fastball and adjust on the breaking ball. Hit a hanger.
This is the 15th career start for De La Rosa, and his 5th this year. But hey, looking back at a start from last year, probably wouldn't do you any good. I mean, it could. Stuff may be different this year. He had Tommy John surgery in 2011.
On the road, he's been tough. At Fenway Park, outstanding.
Drew charges it, and he gets a good hop, throws on the run. His last start, 7 innings, shutout baseball, 1 hit against the Twins at Fenway, and the Red Sox scuffling to score runs. They won 1-0.
A 1-0 game at Fenway Park. It just seems to be so unlikely.
So what we're probably trying to tell you is the young man has a chance. Yeah. The Red Sox like him. You know, with John Lester being a free agent, everybody seems to think he'll end up staying with the Red Sox, but you never know. You're talking about a lot of money. John Lackey has an option, a club option. I don't know whether he'll be back or not. Jake Peavy's a free agent, so that's 3 of your guys from your rotation that you don't know whether they'll all be back.
The other day, someone was saying that with Scherzer a free agent, Lester a free agent, you look at the Yankees in 2015 with Tanaka, Lester, and Scherzer. And then, oh, by the way, CC Sabathia will be back.
That's right. Don't forget about it.
But they're always thinking, every time you hear about a free agent, that they automatically think of the Yankees, because this year they were supposed to stay under the threshold, the 189. And then Tanaka came along and just blew past that.
Well, the Dodgers are going to do the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they're local and network TV contracts alone. They can do whatever they want. Big Papi, they keep telling him he's finished, and he keeps proving them wrong.
And Lowry tries to hold up, can't do it. Ball squirts away from Brzezinski. Out is at first base, so a couple of strikeouts for Ruby De La Rosa. 6 up, 6 down for him, and we're scoreless after 2. The much better looking Eck is on the right. He threw out the first pitch today, and that was fun.
Not surprised that he threw it the way he did. He had rotator cuff surgery. And that, for one, had to remove his jacket. Cy Young MVP, 1992 Hall of Fame. 10-year anniversary for Eck. His induction to Cooperstown. Don Marcello on the TV network. Nesson for the Red Sox.
And the good news is Eck will be back on the 19th of July when the A's celebrate 25-year anniversary of the 1989 World Series win over the Giants. Reading the paper today, Jose Canseco is going to be here.
Eck said that he ran into him, the humble Jose Canseco. He's confirmed that he's coming back.
It'll be a fun day. 2-1 to Jonathan Herrera, now 3-1. And Ray, you've known Eck for a long, long time. He's a player and broadcasted when he was a player here. And if you didn't know him, he came across as being kind of a cocky guy, but that's not the way he is at all.
I mean, he was as nervous today throwing out the first pitch as he was when he was saving the 390 games. Every day, just as he said, wearing it, just worrying. And so the release at the end when he'd strike out somebody at the point, that was like, oh, I did it. But he was the perfection when it came to throwing strikes. And yeah, see what he did there? That was just him releasing. He said, I got the job done. He was so nervous that he was going to blow a save. And remember, he was a starter, won over 100 games. But there was really the superstition of baseball. You never do anything. The game is over. He came in the 9th inning. Everybody started packing up, because he was as automatic as Mariano Rivera was, and is 600 plus saves. So be a starter to win 100 and be a closer to win 390 or save 390. And as he admitted, he would never gone to Cooperstown had he not become a closer, and what he did as the back end of the bullpen.
Now, you caught him when he was a young starter with the Indians, and he threw a little bit harder back then.
Yeah, but same type, slider, great control, but it's like a sinker slider. So he was pretty well suited for the closer role coming out the bullpen, because as a starter he was primarily a two-pitch pitcher anyway. But control was just tremendous, and really Tony La Russa changed it all when he became a closer. He said, I'd rather have you pitch a couple, 2 or 3 days instead of having you pitch every 4th or 5th day as a starter. And to be able to amass the number of saves, did a tremendous job.
Runner goes, ball taps slowly. Callaspo grabs it, and he'll step on the bag. Bradley's out, and Herrera goes to second base. The resume for Eck: 6 times an All-Star. Of course, we know what he did in 1992.
Now batting,
390 career saves.
Brock Holt.
And he was a very, very good starter. He went from the Indians to the Red Sox, and he was with Boston for quite a while.
He
went to the Cubs.
Yeah, Memorial Day 77 was the no-hitter in Cleveland against the Angels, and one young Dwayne Kuiper in the lineup as well. We were all young then.
Having fun.
Yeah.
But you know, the A's deserve credit too. They traded for him, but they also had to make the decision to make him a closer, and he had to be okay with it.
Well, and initially he wasn't okay with it, which is understandable. When you're a starter, you figure you're a starter your whole life, but it was Tony who convinced him. He and Dave Duncan, and the rest is history.
Curveball rolled foul by the leadoff man Brock Holt.
It's kind of ironic that Charlie Finley, who owned the A's, changed a lot of things in baseball, and night World Series and a lot of different things. White shoes. And Tony La Russa, manager of the A's, changed a lot of things in baseball. The one inning save, the calling the pitch outs and throwovers from the dugout instead of the catcher on his own.
Hit high in the air. Moss over into left center. He's got it, and Herrera will stay at second base. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up Dustin Pedroia. So Chavez not out of the woods just yet.
Number 15, Dustin.
It's kind of reminiscent
Pedroia.
of the game Xavi pitched in Cleveland, where he did not have his best stuff, and of course the A's scored a lot of runs for him. Ended up going to this curveball for his out pitch, 3-2 several times, getting the strikeout, and today trying to find the fastball, the two-seam fastball, the cutter. And this is the in-game adjustments, as he says, that all the pitchers the A's make, and you have to make. That's a good curveball.
And he's going to get out of it. So a leadoff walk does no damage. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It'll be Vogt, Callaspo, and Sogard. No score. AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to CSNCA fan photo. Put your name down and your hometown down for a chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Today's fan photo is Vincent Denny from Manteca and the Denny family, and we appreciate that. And they're going nerd power. We like the Denny family, and we appreciate them sending it in. That's a great picture. Good-looking group from Manteca. No score, bottom of the third. Do not have a hit in the ball game. Ruby De La Rosa has gone 6 up, 6 down against the A's so far as he faces Vogt, Caspo, and Sogard. Vogt hitting .333 with a homer and 10 RBIs. RBIs for Vogt in this series. So he's getting quite a bit of playing time. Vogt was called up on the 1st of June. And we saw him in right field at Yankee Stadium getting his first start out there, and now he's actually played out there quite a bit. He drives on the right center field, and nobody's going to get it, and it's high off the wall. Bounces over the head of Bradley, and that's going to allow Vogt to hustle for third, and he's going to make it barely. Jackie Bradley may have seen the Cespedes highlights and liked it.
Stephen Vogt so close to hitting a home run, and Mike Gallego talking to him, probably saying, "Didn't you see me tell you to slide? The guy can throw." And Stephen Vogt got a 2-0 fastball, and also close, high up on the jagged edge in right center field. Really not played that well by Bradley as he went after the ball, and it had a big carom off and over his head, but recovered very nicely. And Stephen Vogt running hard. Fortunately, once he saw the ball bounce over the head of Bradley, he was thinking 3, but assumed it was not going to be a close play.
Caspo, right center, a dive and a catch by Holt. The throw to the plate is late, and sliding in is Vogt. It'll be a sacrifice fly as Caspo gets the job done. But boy, what a play by Brock Holt. But the A's will take it as they have a 1-0 lead.
The guy leaves his feet. Actually, caught the ball, popped up quickly, but highlight reels have seen this young man make these types of plays, and he has a very strong arm and a much closer play at the plate as you would maybe not expect to see it, considering when he left his feet, maybe just happy to catch the ball, but catches it, lays out, and pops up quickly. And well, what a great play. And as we mentioned, he did it with Twilight in Boston, running over from center to left center to make a diving, sprawling out play.
If you want to decide whether it's a good play or a great play, I always look at the guy's arm on his glove hand.
That's right.
Is it outstretched?
Yeah.
Because every once in a while you'll see a guy dive and that arm is really stretched out all the way, which means we don't need to dive. That time he was fully outstretched.
Stephen Vogt smart, not assuming it's going to be a base hit, so as soon as he saw the catch, he tagged up, and first reaction, fly ball, you go back to the bag. If it drops, you can score easily, but if it's caught, you better make sure you're tagging, and he did it. And you know, Bradley's mistake, letting the ball bounce over his head.
Yeah, he just got too close to the wall.
And instead of playing, because it was going to be a double, and then that great play, he's still at second. But when he bounced, the ball bounced over Bradley's head, and maybe just not familiar with a hard warning track.
Sogard strikes out. Now watch how outstretched his arm is.
Yeah, that's full out, and especially too when they leave their feet. He's completely left his feet, airborne, horizontal to the ground. And go in your head. You see how his head just slapped down and hit the ground. But it's like a pop-up slide when you're running. Make the play, pop up quickly, knowing that the runner's tagging. And the young man has been impressive and not surprising. And when moves have to be made when players return from the disabled list, the A's are going to experience Josh Reddick's due back on Tuesday. Right fielder, so something's going to happen there. And same with Victorino when he comes back. But ball comes off the wall, it hits the warning track. Instead of him backing up and anticipating that, he kind of went after it, tried to jump. And with the ball over his head, a triple for Vogt, even though he had to hustle into third because of the strong arm by Bradley.
Well, the thing is if you don't have a chance to catch it, then that should not happen. That's right.
Really,
he had no chance to catch it.
And really, you have two outfielders. You have the center fielder, right fielder trying to play the carom, knowing that you want to make sure it's just a double and not have it end up a triple, which it was, and cost a mistake because the A's took advantage of it.
So if he's at second base instead of third base, he being Stephen Vogt, he's still there right now.
Still right there, based on what has happened since. Exactly. But the little things last night, double play wasn't turned 3-run home run.
And you win by 1.
Exactly.
1-2 to Coco Crisp. Three strikeouts so far for Ruby De La Rosa. And now full count. Coco popped out to the shortstop in the first inning.
Well, already starts the second time through the batting order, and Coco Crisp has taken some pitches that hitters 1 through 9 did not against De La Rosa, seeing him in the starting rotation.
Strike 3 call, the fastball on the inside corner. So Coco strikes out, but a run for the A's. Vogt a triple. Callasco a sacrifice fly, and the A's lead 1-0. Right choice has to do with the bullpen last night. Jim Johnson, 5th inning, he was good. Cook, 6th inning and the 7th inning, he was good. Abad in the 8th, and then Doolittle. That's a no chance, folks. Seems that way with Doolittle every time he comes in. So bullpen was great last night. And Ray, in this series, the A's bullpen has thrown 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, and 10 strikeouts.
Amazing, isn't it?
We talked about specifically Johnson and Cook in the 18 last night, and I don't care how many base runners were on when Jim Johnson came in, just the fact that he got out of it and he made some big pitches. Absolutely. A couple of big strikeouts. Cook looked great.
He was unhittable. Through that nasty slider, the chase slider for a strikeout, and Cook 6 up, 6 down, a bottom inning, and of course, I think your new nickname for Mr. Doolittle, the NC, and the hitters are giving him that nickname because they really don't have much of a chance.
Still no disrespect to the opposition, but the way he's pitching, and if he gets ahead of you in the count, it's just it just looks like the guy has no chance.
Well, especially the 2 strikeouts last night, and really it's indicative of his success. The high fastball, the one that looks so good to hit, but impossible to catch up, and that's the high fastball. No hitter has been able to handle the high fastball. So, I mean, phenomenal numbers. And I thought it was appropriate today that Sean Doolittle caught the first pitch thrown by Dennis Eck in the ceremonial first pitch. And Eck has been raving about Doolittle and his success. And that's Eck ease whenever you have those numbers and there are no walks included in the big numbers. As Eck said, I didn't have the 95 either. He just painted me. But Doolittle just rears back 4-seam and try to catch up to him.
Ortiz fouls back. So good battle here. Ortiz, Napoli, and Nava. Nice play.
Oh, that's good. Man,
check it out.
The glove. Oh, man. I see run down to Eric Farrell and have that thing MLB authenticated.
Jaso. Maybe a play. Oh, he dives. He just cannot quite get there. Boy, Jaso's. He's the Lone Ranger on that play because Donaldson is way over the shortstop spot, and Jaso just took off running.
Donaldson did not move, and ball just kept going on him and went into the headlong dive himself. And on the warning track, had to feel a little bit, but that close and very tough because you're really not familiar with those kind of angles. That's usually a third baseman's ball, or in most cases, it's in the seats, so you don't even run after it. Jaso knows the foul territory here. Got some help from his players in the dugout. Donaldson did not move. He's at shortstop, and he just admired Jaso running after that.
Broken bat. Callaspo scoops it up, drops it, but it's foul. It was great about that Jaso hustling over there. On his way back, look at David Ortiz says, "Hey, John, check out your effort on the scoreboard."
He picks up the helmet for him, or his mask, and hands it to him. As we talked last night, David Ortiz very impressed with the A's group of this year, and when he said that he credits Bob Melvin and the ball club for playing the way they are, and he says we see ourselves in the A's this year and the way they had success last year.
Off speed pitch, and that's the first strikeout for Chavez.
A good curveball, and threw it on 3-2, and very similar to the game against the Cleveland Indians.
Number 12.
3-2 hooks. David Ortiz geared for a fastball and then tried to make contact, but that slow of a curveball and just the change of speeds in general from the fastball to the curveball was a great pitch.
One away for Napoli. Napoli grounded out to short to end the first inning. Napoli is 2 for 9 in the series. And the Mariners beat the Royals. Mariners got an RBI single from Dustin Ackley in the top of the 9th inning. Rodney came in, got the save in the bottom of the 9th, and a couple of good wins for the Mariners. They beat the Royals 2 games in a row.
So that 3 losses in a row. Did they lose to the Tigers?
That is 3 losses in a row for the Kansas City Royals. 3-1 now to Napoli. Red Sox still looking for their first hit. There was a strike.
It's the inside cut fastball, starts inside, and Napoli couldn't pull the trigger. Napoli's big and strong. He likes to extend his arms. He has power to all fields, but he extends the arm and going back inside.
So another walk. That's 4 walks for Jesse Chavez. He is not allowed to hit yet. Not quite as sharp as he usually is as far as balls and strikes go.
Number 29, Daniel Nava.
So here's Nava for his second at bat. Nava hit a fly ball to center field. The Red Sox have scored a total of 10 runs in their last 5 games. So they just have not been able to get things going offensively. They miss Victorino a lot. I don't think there's any question about that. Outfield pretty much straight away for Nava. Fouls it back.
Chavez had 3 walks in 3 different times. First time this season he's walked 4 in a game, and we're just in the 4th inning. So the control is not there, at least at this point, but I always like to hear Jesse Chavez talk about the adjustments that he has to make, and he's in the process in this game.
But we'll see if he continues those adjustments. Two and 1 the count to Nava. Fouls that one back. So Chavez got off to the great start. A 1.89 ERA in the month of April. May not quite as strong. In June, he's 2-1 with a 3.50 ERA. Overall, still in the top 10 in the American League in ERA. Came in at 2.93. 2 pitches rolled foul.
Of course, in the rotation full time for the first time, and he's getting an extra day's rest this time, pitching on the 6th day, and 2 off days next week. And we'll see what the A's do with the rotation, but obviously there's at least some thought, some concern about a pitcher in rotation for the first time. How many innings are they looking at to maximize? Brad Mills and Pomeranz. Pomeranz, maybe it's good for him to take time off because he has not started that much.
Nava chased a high one, and a couple of strikeouts here in the 4th inning for Jesse Chavez.
MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is now available. Join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live in true HD on over 400 devices. Visit athletics.com for details.
So with 2 outs, Brzezinski steps in. Bounces one to Callaspo. So on 1 pitch, Brzezinski's retired. And so are the Red Sox. They strand a runner. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It'll be Jaso, Cespedes, and Moss. 1-0 A's. Strikeout walk ratio this year in the major league. Sean Doolittle is days and nights ahead of everybody else in this category simply because he has 1 walk and 50 strikeouts, which is still, it's very hard to imagine at the major league level. Koji Uhara's on there, but it's not even close. Doolittle's, the ratio is 4 times better Doolittle than any of those other guys. I think Doolittle has become, I mean, he's become it almost is a must take to the All-Star game at this point.
It had to.
I mean, it just,
yeah, with the numbers, and of course everybody will look at the saves when he had 10.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
But you have to also look at how productive he has been and the fact that he's just taken over the closer role on a consistent basis.
Well, I guess if you really wanted to simplify it, and this is up for debate, but is he one of the best 7 or 8 closers in the American League?
Yes.
I would think that he is, yes. Jaso, line drive, right field, but Holt is coming in. He's got it. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And then from John Farrell's standpoint, who, by the way, is the manager, is in the other dugout watching, and they did watch him last night. And we'll see what happens in the remainder of the series. If he has the lead and Doolittle is seen. Remember, too, managers in the American National League don't have as many choices as they did at one time. They're selected by the fans and then the peers, and then you also have to take somebody from every club. But John Farrell's standpoint, you see more and more managers taking relievers in general, true relievers, versus starting pitchers. Because after the starter starts the game, then you have relievers coming in, and if you have a starter, it takes longer. Maybe you're not familiar with coming in out of the bullpen, but you take someone like Doolittle, who is set up and closed. It's a nice little addition to a bullpen to have to come in if you have a lead.
Another line drive, this one at the left fielder, Nava, and he's got it. So Cespedes hit it hard. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, when it's all said and done, a manager has a handful of choices, and that's about it. Fan vote, player vote.
Yeah, it's changed considerably.
Sure has. Do you agree with the rule that every team has to be represented? It's always been kind of a hot button topic.
I would say normally, but we're at abnormal times now. When the game needs home field advantage, I'd say you've got to take your best team.
That's fair.
And that's the only concession I think that needs to be considered, just because if you are looking at the All-Star game as the determining factor for home field advantage, the World Series, which, as we all know, it goes 2-3-2 in World Series. And if you had the first 2 and the last 2 with home field advantage based on the All-Star game, then I'd say you better take your best team.
That's a good point. Lost singles. If it's an exhibition game, which, well, it's not anymore.
No, it's not.
Because there is something significant to be played.
Yeah.
If it's an exhibition game, then I do think every team should be represented. It is a little bit different.
And you don't want to downplay any players, but you know, from the standpoint of taking, let's say, Sean Doolittle, but you don't take him because you have to take somebody from another club who maybe not as good. It's going to help you win. Moss just sacrificed a bat, but to the left of the shift in the center field with the broken bat single.
I do think, though, Ray, there's an argument, I guess, the other way, and I think maybe we saw it last year a little bit, where a manager may say, well, I want to win, I got to win this game. I may take a lefty specialist
exactly.
who maybe statistically maybe wouldn't make it otherwise, but I'm going to take him because I may need one big left-handed hitter to get out, and I think we saw it last year. Brett Cecil made it from the Toronto Blue Jays. Nothing against Brett Cecil, but were there other relievers who may have been more deserving?
Well, also,
and he was taken because if there's a big out late in the game, I need some type of lefty who's good at getting the guy out.
wasn't Ben Zobrist taken as a switch hitter, multi-position player.
So you got an extra guy that can play a bunch of different positions.
So from that standpoint, if a manager has a choice and he's going to take somebody who can help him in those different areas, then more power to him.
Pop up just to our right.
I just think everything changed whenever they made it the game to determine home field advantage. That just changed everything. Still a great honor for those who are selected, either by the fans or by the manager or the peers.
The 2-1 pitch to Donaldson is a strike, 2-2. A little research, we found out, Ray, that the American League manager has 8 picks. Pitchers, position players, but 8 total selections that he makes on his own.
But then he is also told, listen, there's nobody from this team, and you got to take somebody.
Yep.
So, I mean, while he has the 8, I'm sure that's going to factor in if the rest of the players, and there are a couple of teams that they don't have one that they have to represent, which, you know, in fairness to the club, you want representation. With every uniform to be showing up at the All-Star game.
De La Rosa paints the outside corner, and Donaldson strikes out. 5 strikeouts for De La Rosa, a strand runner. So it's 1-0 Athletics as we head to the 5th.
To enjoy a day of A's baseball in style. Before the game, you'll enjoy a catered meal in a private area overlooking the baseball diamond. After that, you'll head down to your group seating area to enjoy the game. For more information, call 510-638-GO-ACE, or you can visit athletics.com/BBQ. BBQ. Holidays and barbecue.
It's that time of year.
A's are home for the 4th of July. We'll have the fireworks, the next fireworks on the 3rd of July, and then a 4th of July, a home game. Or a day game. No, it's a home game, a day game.
So it'll be Stephen Drew to lead it off. Will be followed by Herrera and Bradley here in the top of the 5th inning. And Drew, it's an off-speed pitch for a strike, 1-2. Interesting line for Jesse Chavez. He has not allowed a hit, but he has walked 4. He has struck out 2, and he's thrown 67 pitches so far. Looking for win number 7 on the year. Drew reaches for it, Cayaspo ranging far to his right, the underhand, and that's the first out.
Cayaspo, a third baseman, second baseman, sometimes first baseman. Mike Napoli, we saw last night, that kind of a swinging throw to the pitcher covering, and Cayaspo, a good job ranging to his right. This one, sure, the second baseman might have been there, but how about that lead by the veteran infielder Cayaspo? The key is to lead the pitcher so he does not have to reach back. He can catch the ball in stride, touch the bag, veer out of the way of the oncoming runner. And Cayaspo and Chavez did it perfectly. The versatile, once again, versatility showing for the Athletics.
Quick 0-2 to Jonathan Herrera, who lead off walk in the third inning. And he lines it to Donaldson, who reaches up, taking a step to his left. 2 outs.
Well, opposite field hitting, and that's why you always have to be prepared. You just never know. Somebody's going to swing late and go opposite field, and Josh Donaldson waiting perfectly.
So the 9th place hitter Jackie Bradley steps in. It's a strike. Check swing roller foul. And in this inning, Jesse Chavez is pounding the strike zone. Setting up outside, and the pitch, strike 3 called. He hit the target, and that's a good inning for Jesse Chavez. 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout. He's now got 3 strikeouts in the game. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 1-0 Athletics.
Center fielder with your very own Coco Chris Garton, presented by Grant Thornton LLP. Get your tickets now for the A's Red Sox game tomorrow. The final game of the series, final game of the homestand. 20,000 fans will go home with a Coco Gnome. For information and tickets, visit athletics.com/tickets today.
First pitch to Lowry, leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th, is rolled foul down toward the Red Sox bullpen. A's with just a couple of hits, but one was a triple by Vogt, who scored on a sacrifice fly by Cayaspo. That was in the 3rd inning, and that's the only runs in the game. Run in the game, excuse me. Orioles beat the Yankees today 6-1 at Yankee Stadium. Pedroia to his right, straightens up and throws out foul.
Against Miller after hitting Coco with a base hit, driving home runs. And the A's winning. Scoring 3 in the first, 1 in the 8th, 4-3.
That's the kind of night it was. Everybody chipping in. Coco did not start the game. Comes in, gets the game-winning hit. Bullpen does their thing. And you know it's going well when your winning rally starts with back-to-back hit by pitches. That's just rolling along, and life is good. 2-0 pitch is a little bit low. So 3-0 to Vogt, who had that triple hit high off the wall in right center and bounced back over the head of Bradley, and that really allowed Vogt to turn it into a triple. 3-0 pitch is a strike. And a 3-1 pitch that's up and away, so Vogt is aboard for the second time. De La Rosa's been sharp with his control today. That's his first walk, and here's Kyle.
Yeah, hard to believe his numbers on the road have not been as good as at Fenway Park, considering the way he is pitching today. But the A's are trying to figure out the young man.
Asper with the sacrifice fly. He hits this one high in the air toward Jackie Bradley Jr., who reaches up to grab it. So 2 away for Sogard. I mentioned the Orioles beating the Yankees, the first place Blue Jays. They'll play. Actually, they're playing right now, losing to the Reds 4-0 in the 4th inning, which means that the Blue Jays got them right where they want. See that last night?
Yeah, no, like that.
Blue Jays were down 8-0 after 2 innings in Cincinnati, and they came blowing back, and they ended up with a blowout win. They won 14-9.
So I scored them 14-1 after the second. Encarnacion again taking over the lead of home runs and ribbies, I guess, after another performance last night.
Well, the Red Sox 7.5 games back of the Blue Jays. The Yankees, with their loss, lose a half game. They're now 2 back of the first place Blue Jays. So we saw Toronto. They were very good against the A's. I could see Toronto hanging around all year. Would you agree? 9 games over 500. That's updated with that Orioles win and the Yankees loss.
Yeah, the biggest plus for the Blue Jays, of course, off to a good start, but also all those players that were acquired before last year by the Blue Jays. A huge trade just didn't pan out last year with the injuries, and now they're playing very well together, and numbers are showing.
Pitch to Sogard is outside. The Yankees have been playing well as well. They lost today, as we said. Broke a 4-game winning streak. The Yankees will be at Toronto next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a 3-game series. So that'll be a good matchup to watch. Yankees going in to Toronto. Sogard taps it to third. Herrera has it, and that will do it. So the A's get a walk by Vogt with 1 out, but he does not come around to score, and we're headed to the 6th. Still 1-0, the A's lead. So 1-0 game. Oh man, that looks good. If you're into that kind of food. So good day at the ballpark. 1-0. The A's lead the Red Sox, top of the 6th inning. So I got a good tidbit for you, Ray. You ready? So the Red Sox do not have a hit through 5 innings. They did not have a hit their final 4 innings last night.
Gee, that's 9 straight. 5 and 4 equals 9.
5 and 4 for the most part equals 9. And so the Red Sox have gone 9 innings without a hit, just not on the same day.
Now here's some few fans in the stands that realize exactly what you said. And Holt attempted a bunt, and a few fans booed Mr. Holt for attempted bunt. Still, I think it's after the 7th.
Okay. So he's probably all right, but
yeah, it's borderline, but just trying to get on base. I mean, this is a 1-0 game. It's not like it's a blowout. So it's a.
There is the struggling Red Sox offense. 2nd fewest runs in the American League. 3rd fewest home runs, and that one is flipped to left field, and it's going to drop for a hit. The Moss came charging in. He had no chance to get it, and Holt a leadoff single. So there's also probably people out there who thinks we just jinxed it.
Of course. But if we could do that and had that power, we'd be sitting here right now.
Well, we love our job, but we wouldn't worry about a whole lot, that's for sure.
In the top of the 6th, Holt with an 0-2 count is going to get a base at the left field. No. We enjoy being here, but we have no control what goes on down there.
But it is a leadoff single, and now it's Pedroia, and then it'll be Ortiz, and then Napoli.
That's the thing, and I don't think Jesse Chavez even considering his pitch count and where he is right now. And he's pitched down the stretch already with 4 walks, so he's not unfamiliar with that.
Right at the plate, and it stays fine.
Big block by Jaso, a ball just biting into the ground, and Jaso doing a very good job of smothering it. Popped up and straight into fair territory, and of course Troy would say, go ahead and run, trying to get Holt in the scoring position.
Pedroia, a couple of ground outs, one of them a double play. This one's popped up foul. whole bunch of fans had a shot at it, and it went right through them and then bounced down to the lower level.
I think somebody's a little angry.
He's right below us. The nachos were saved, though, and let's get your priorities straight. Pedroia belts one to right, but foul. Watch this ball bounce around. Look like a pinball machine.
One.
Down, 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 and there.
Oh.
Hold on, big fella.
Got the nachos in the left hand. I tell you what,
see the girl? She's like, what? What's going on? She wanted some clarity as well.
The guy's probably thinking, I can get a baseball. I can't lose my nachos.
See, and that could be the orange shirt. That may not be helping him. See? Close pitch, and now it's 2-2 to Pedroia. That's the guy who, one of the gentlemen who missed it, and he looks so unconcerned right now. Yeah. Pedroia shot to right field, and that's a base hit. Pretty good at bat by Pedroia. Well, the Red Sox have something going here in the 6th that gets us to our true story, which is brought to you by McDonald's. Remember this, July 4th of 2012, David Ortiz, that was career home run number 400. And it was off A.J. Griffin right here at the Coliseum. So, 4th of July home run, and a huge milestone. Right now, Ortiz has 447 career home runs.
And all of a sudden, not a dramatic shift with David Ortiz up to plate.
He's probably relieved by that.
Yeah. Infield kind of conventional, 2 on the right side, 2 on the left, and A's are thinking double play. Sogard and Lowry talking to each other.
Runners in scoring position the last 8 games, 4 for 44. And you wonder too, Ray, and I don't know, maybe this is overthinking the shift thing with David Ortiz, who the shift has really hurt Ortiz. It works against him. Maybe this year, with just not as much offense going on for the Red Sox, maybe fewer guys on base. I mean, look, you have guys on base here, and the shift is gone. The Red Sox are just not the same team offensively.
Well, you knew that pitch, that strike call was going to get a look from David Ortiz. So instead of possibly 3-0, it's 2-1 right at the knees or below. Ortiz shooting a glance back to Mr. Walcott.
Holt and Pedroia are the runners. And that one's bounced to Callaspo. He'll spin and throw to second. Back to first. Chavez covering, and it's a double play. (3-6-1), and you saw Jed Lowry. He knew he had time. He was careful. He wanted to make sure Chavez got over there.
Well, it's always better to make sure you have a stationary, in this case, pitcher at the bag instead of throwing to a moving target. Chavez cleared himself, or at least Lowry cleared himself with Chavez getting to the bag. Got his right foot there. Nice throw by Callaspo. Getting Pedroia back to Chavez covering, and exactly what he wanted. A ground ball, and that's why the conventional infield setup, it helped the A's get the double play.
So here's Napoli. He had a big rip.
As soon as the ball is hit to the right side, immediately you're thinking, let's get to first base. And Xavi knows, gets there quickly. He becomes a first baseman. Looks to see what the runner at third, Holt, might be thinking about doing. A huge, huge play with first and second and nobody out to get the double play.
And a quick 0-2 to Napoli. Napoli a ground out and a walk so far. Napoli 2 for 9 in the series. Strike 3 called right there. Napoli knew it. How about that escape job from Jesse Chavez? Gets a double play and then gets a strikeout, and the Red Sox do not score. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 1-0, the A's lead.
Rewind, and Stephen Vogt, a triple off the wall. Bradley Jr. played the ball, misplayed the ball, and a strong throw into third base, and then quickly Aspo sac fly. Great diving play by Holt in right field, but Stephen Vogt tagging immediately. And Jesse Chavez, what a job he has done. There's one double play, 6-3, and none bigger though. Strikeout just continues to go, and what a job he did in the top half of the inning. A double play after the first 2 reached, and quickly Jesse Chavez back after giving up a couple of hits, still leading 1-0.
Top of the order for the A's. Against Ruby De La Rosa. Trailing 1-0 is De La Rosa. He's been impressive today. Coco drives it to right, but Holt is going to get back, and he makes the catch. 1 out.
They get double play ground ball off of the bat of David Ortiz, then back-to-back cut fastballs inside corner, and Xavi liked it, and Napoli knew it. That simply just put the bat down and chin guard and see Chavez. What a Houdini act. First and second, nobody out, middle of the batting order, and the crowd loved it. 32,873 fans on hand today.
Another excellent crowd on a Saturday afternoon. Thought this would be a great homestand, and it has been so far. Crowds have been great. The A's have played great. They're 6-2 on this 10-game homestand. Lost the first game. The Yankees shut out the A's a week ago last night. Jaso takes a strike. Jaso is grounded out and hit a fly ball to right field. Hey, it's evened out, Ray.
Wow.
Same amount of home games as road games. So, again, you've never lied to me, and you told me that it would even out.
It already has.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. Jaso strikes.
It's not even halfway home yet. That's good.
That is good. And outside of playing the same amount of games at home on the road, Look at I mean, just the records themselves. That's a very good home record. And then you have the same road record.
Well, I think that the impressive part is about the road record.
Yeah.
You're not over 500 on the road, especially 4 three-city road trips, which have been completed. 1 to finish out starting Monday.
Cespedes with a broken bat single to left field with 2 outs.
Left fielder.
That one ran up on the bat a little bit.
As strong as he is, he can break the bat and still get it over the infielder, and Drew reaching up, no chance to get it.
And the A's will be in New York to play the Mets Tuesday and Wednesday. Off day on Thursday in Miami. The Marlins for 3. It's been a very long time since the A's have been to Miami. And we get to see a new ballpark, which we both enjoy. And then 3 in Detroit. And then the A's will be home for 4th of July weekend against the Blue Jays. And then that 4-game series against the Giants, 2 home, 2 away. That's the next couple weeks. Looks like Bartolo Colon is going to pitch on Tuesday.
His main name's been mentioned in some trade possibilities before the deadline. Some teams that might need starting pitching.
Colon's got a 2-year contract, so if you were to trade for him, you would have him next year as well. Started out poorly, but he's been pitching very well as of late.
Can't wait to watch him hit.
Should be interesting.
Or at least put a bat in his hand.
That's right. Next week, the A's pitchers will get to hit. Some are probably excited about that. Maybe some aren't. Tommy Milone, he's a good hitter, right? Jesse Chavez, he'll probably make a good effort.
Well, they've been taking batting practice in the cage. Not ventured out on the field with their bats yet.
Sonny Gray's a good athlete. He can probably handle the bat. Three and 1 the count to Moss. Moss with a strikeout and a single. Strike ball. Moss thought it was inside.
Great action, the 2-seam fastball, and ball starts in. Pierzynski outside, reached back, had plenty of plate, and his home plate umpire looking over the right shoulder.
So Cespedes will be on the move. And then Rosa delivers, and it's a swinging strikeout. So Moss strikes out for the second time. 7 strikeouts for Ruby De La Rosa. But the A's still lead 1-0 after 6.
Fireworks Show presented by GovX.com on Thursday, July 3rd after the 6:05 A's versus Blue Jays game. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/fireworks. Celebrate the 4th of July with the A's. The A's Patriotic Fireworks Show presented by GovX.com, your online box office for A's military and first responder tickets. And of course, always supported greatly by one Sean Doolittle. Well, I'm shocked that Dennis Ecker's only won 7 times, and he's done it twice on this homestand on this series against the Red Sox. I think it's fixed, Kite, because Eck is here.
He was a little concerned, but he saw the victory in hand. That's a win.
You know, the first thing he said when he saw it on Thursday, he said, "Where's Reggie?"
Sure.
You got Raleigh and Ricky and Eck, the Hall of Famers. Reggie, of course, the Hall of Famer as well. His number's retired, but he's not racing.
Jesse Chavez back to work, and he's holding on to a 1-0 lead over the Red Sox, facing Nava, Brzezinski, and Drew. Abad starts to throw. Nava with a shot to right field. The base hit. Vogt has to hustle over to cut it off, and he does. So Daniel Nava has a leadoff single here in the 7th inning. So for the 2nd inning in a row, the Red Sox have a leadoff man on.
Cut fastball inside, and Nava turned on it, and fortunately just a line drive, and even more fortunate, Stephen Vogt able to cut it off.
Well, they get a little action along with Abad. His phone is ringing again. 94 pitches for Chavez as he faces A.J. Brzezinski. So Otero will join Abad. Rangers and the Angels will play in about an hour and a half. They got a late afternoon start in Anaheim. Angels won last night 7-3 behind Garrett Richards. He's with a 6-game lead over the Angels in the West. 7.5-game lead over the Mariners, who are in 3rd place. It'll be Martinez for the Rangers tonight, Weaver for the Angels. Again, that game will start at 4:15. Brzezinski hits one high in the air to right center. Vogt is near the wall, so is Coco, and Coco grabs it right in front of the fence. So a long out by Brzezinski, and Nava stays at first.
It sounded great.
But it got up there and it just kind of hung up there.
Yeah, that's and he fired his helmet a couple of nights ago when he hit a ball similar to this, but it was caught, as this one was. That was with Otero picking up the save. Jesse Chavez happy with that ball staying in the park.
So Brzezinski 0 for 3. And that'll bring up Stephen Drew. First pitch to Drew is outside. Just got a note, Ray, that Raul Ibanez was released by the Angels today.
That's too bad. Great guy, great person, and just was not putting up a lot of numbers. Still saying if he had stayed in Seattle where he was home, he had a great year last year, but they didn't offer to re-sign him. Angels got what they thought would be a great clubhouse presence, a great veteran, but just unfortunately the production was not where he wanted with the Angels.
And Moss is right there, and he's got it. So Drew a line drive, but Moss was there. So 2 outs. I'm going to bring up Jonathan Herrera. Ibanez last year hit 29 home runs with Seattle, and he had just 3 so far this year. He was hitting 157.
Yeah.
So maybe not a huge surprise. He just could not get it going.
Right. And with a team that needs to win, supposed to win. He's supposed to be a factor, the DH. Too bad, just a great guy, and with hope that he'll stay in the game somehow. If this is the end for him, who knows? He'll try to continue.
And C.J. Cron doing a pretty good job, the young right-handed hitter, and maybe I'm thinking, hey, just to get the young man some more at bats. He looks like he may be a pretty good hitter, C.J. Cron.
I remember they sent Grant Green down, who played very well in the outfield. When Josh Hamilton came back, kept Cron, making sure that he stayed there, whether the DH or play first.
Angels 39 and 33 into today's action. A one-hopper to Sogard, and that'll do it. So Jesse Chavez, 7 shutout innings as we have reached the 7th inning stretch. 1-0 A's. Forward to that as we have reached the bottom of the 7th inning here at the Coliseum, and it's a 1-0 A's lead. Jesse Chavez right at 100 pitches. Luke Gregerson is up throwing for the A's, and the afternoon could be over for Jesse Chavez, and if it is, he was terrific. 7 shutout innings. Gregerson is starting to get locked in as the setup man. Donaldson bounces one toward third. Easy play for Herrera. Makes it, throws to Napoli, and Donaldson is 0 for 3. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Lowry will step in.
Number 8, Jed Lowry.
Kyle Blanks was hit last night. He ended up scoring the go-ahead run. He was hobbling a little bit too. His calf, a little tight.
Yeah, I thought it was his foot. He said it's a calf on the other foot. His left got hit on the right foot, the back foot. But he said, you know, when you start running, you don't think about anything. You just run.
Pretty good breakdown as far as pitches by inning for Ruby De La Rosa. That was ripped to center. Bradley going back, still going back, and he's going to get glides out there. Looks like Devon White a little bit.
Yes, he does. A little bit better arm than Devon White.
He's got a reputation as a very good outfielder, Jackie Bradley.
Right fielder, number 21, Steven Vogt.
So 2 outs for Vogt. Vogt has been on base twice. The A's only have 3 hits. Vogt's was a triple, and as this game moves into the late innings, the triple and how he got a triple is becoming more and more important. Moss had a single in the 4th. Cespedes had a single in the 6th. So those are the 3 hits.
I believe Stephen Vogt. They're chanting again in right field.
It's the new chant. Great group out in right field has been doing it for a little while now. Even Hack on the stairs is doing it. Hack is chanting. He's chanting by himself on the stairs.
That's a good point. Look at it. Looks like a big old bobblehead, doesn't it? That's a big hit.
So what happens when you jump up and down like that with one of those big heads? You lose your balance a little bit. Whoa.
That's amazing. I'm sorry. That's just amazing. You know, I asked Eck, did you have to sign off on that? He said, yeah, but what are you going to do? Keep critiquing everything they try to come up with? He said it'd take forever, so he just do whatever you're going to do. Well, they did.
He looks terribly concerned about it.
He was more concerned about throwing out the first pitch after having rotator cuff surgery. And
Both fouls it back. You know, Ray, there's so much right and so much wrong with the Eck big head.
most of it wrong, right?
It has given us some pretty good laughs the last couple of weeks. Vogt's got another hit.
Surprise, surprise. I believe in Stephen Vogt.
So do I.
So does the big head Eck. He just keeps going. So
single walk triple for Stephen Vogt.
Well, 3-2. We got a sinker. And
number 7,
Stephen Vogt has handled the low sinker. And he seems to take pitches almost as if he knows what's being thrown.
That's creepy too. The hands look like way too small next to the head.
Well, you point out some amazing things, but you're right. It did look creepy. Well, I guess Ricky's going to show up sometime soon, so they have to have Ricky win. Raleigh was here. Raleigh won. I'm just shocked that Eck has only won 7 times, and that's just not right.
Close pitch, call the ball. 1-1 to Callaspo. Sac fly by Callaspo. Brock Holt, who made a terrific diving catch in right center field, but it was good enough for a sacrifice fly. That was in the 3rd inning, and that's the only run. Breslow starting to throw. Now it's 1-2. It'll be De La Rosa. He's allowed just 4 hits through 6 2/3 innings. He has 7 strikeouts and he's walked 1. So pretty impressive performance by Red Sox starter today, but trailing 1-0. 96 miles an hour. Very shallow for Callaspo. So Gregerson done warming up, so he's ready to go. pitch. So full count. Little head start for Vogt.
He's not getting a very big lead, so that'd be good for him to be able to get the head start.
De La Rosa goes for a little walk behind the mound. Pitches for Ruby De La Rosa. Vogt runs, and the pitch is fouled back to the on-deck circle past Sogard. Twins beat the White Sox 4-3. Orioles beat the Yankees. Mariners beat the Royals. Those are the three finals in the American League. The Rays lead the Astros 4-0 in the fifth. Another 3-2 pitch to Callaspo, and he drives it to center. Bradley backpedals. He's got it. Side retired. So we are through 7 from the O.co, and the A's leading 1-0.
Friday, July the 18th, Animal Lovers Unite at the O.co Coliseum, where fans can bring their dogs to the A's 7:05 p.m. game against the Orioles. A special ticket is required for Bark at the Park, presented by Nalabone, Adams, and Abergurn. This event sells out annually, and limited tickets remain. For information and tickets, visit athletics.com/Bark at the Park today. And you know what? That game precedes the reunion. So that's the 18th of July. Here the dogs barking in the background.
Now pitching, number 44, Luke Gregerson.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. So Luke Gregerson comes in. The 8th inning is his. And he will face Bradley, Holt, Pedroia, 9-1-2. First pitch is bounced toward Callaspo. Callaspo, Gregerson, 1 out. Gentry comes into the game in right field, and Vogt, who was in right field, goes back behind home plate. So Jaso is out, and Gentry is hitting in Jaso's spot in the order, and that's the second spot. So 1 out, and it's the top of the order, Brock Holt, who has walked, hit a fly ball to left, and he has singled, so he's been on base a couple of times. Gets a strike from Gregerson. A's bullpen so far this year the third best ERA in the American League at 2.86. The Red Sox actually have the best bullpen ERA in the American League. The A's continue to have the best overall team ERA in the league, right at 3. Up again, so looks like we'll see him in the bottom of the 8th. There's a line drive, and that's a base hit for Holt. Well, the Red Sox have been raving about Brock Holt, the job he has done, and we've been impressed in this series, Ray. Done a nice job in the outfield.
John Farrell used Johnny Gomes last year a lot because of what he brought to the game, and the young man waited a couple of strikes, got the slider down, and maybe not down as far as Gregerson wanted it. Still a nice job of hitting by Holt.
So hit number 4 for Boston, and here's Pedroia. Holt has 5 steals this year. He's been thrown out 1 time. Slider for a strike. Pedroia looked like he was taken all the way. For 3 today for Pedroia, and 4 for 10 in the series. A couple of singles, a double, and a homer in the series. He got one to hit there. He fouled it back. Now he's behind in the count 0-2.
That's what happens. You maybe get 1 pitch per at bat to hit, and he might have just gotten it, but sometimes with Gregerson, the slider backs up, which makes it a little bit tougher to hit.
Just missed outside.
First of all, how did he not swing it? Hit a similar pitch for a 2-run home run off of Casper the other night. Troy Hines was good. He got off the plate.
Remains 1-2. Ortiz looming in the on-deck circle. Outfield playing deep. Moss is well off the line in left field. Second for 1 on to first. The throw is high. Carrasco leaped up to get it. Pedroia beat the throw.
But the only thing Sogard could do to try to get the speed of Pedroia, and by jumping and throwing, he pulled Carrasco off. But if he'd come across, probably would not have had time to come across the back, plant and throw.
Ortiz.
Earlier in the game, it was a 6-3 double play. That was Pedroia as well, but this one with Sogard, a high throw, which is about all he could do.
So that brings up Ortiz. Ortiz a walk, a strikeout, and a double play. Oh for 2 today and 2 for 7 in the series. Remember, Gregerson faced Ortiz on Thursday night and struck him out. That was a pinch hitting role for Ortiz. Just again 2-0.
Right there, just Sogard kind of slowing down a little bit, then got the the throw touch the bag, and there's Holt bearing down on him. And Sogard just tried to jump and throw, but did not get the ball down low enough for Tyus to keep his foot on the bag.
Missed again outside. Now 3-0 with Napoli to hit next. So Gregerson behind the mound to rub up the baseball. Tozawa, the left or the right-hander, has joined Breslow, the left-hander, in the Red Sox bullpen. 3-0 pitch is looped to center field. Coco coming in, and Coco's not going to get it. So going to third is Pedroia, and a bloop single by David Ortiz puts runners at first and third.
Well, he is going to hit 3-0 and throw him another slider, which Gregerson had a pretty good idea who's going to do it. And big swing by David Ortiz always creates a problem. Broke his bat.
Number 12, Mike Napoli.
Long run for Crisp, and Melvin's going out. So really, if it's 3-0, if he walks him, it's first and second. Tying run in scoring position. Swinging 3-0, hits a slider, loops it to center, and Pedroia ends up going to third inning.
So Bob Melvin in charge of the meeting at the mound. So Gregerson against Napoli with the game on the line here in the top of the 8th inning. Napoli, a ground out, a walk, and a strikeout. First pitch, he went around. Could not lay off the slider.
He's thinking fastball. When you start to swing and you hold up or try to hold up and can't, it's a good pitch, really not even supposed to be in a strike.
Stephen Vogt with a nice block. Pedroia at third, Ortiz at first.
A hard slider, you really have to make sure that you do that. Yes, put your knees down, use your body to block the ball and not think about trying to catch it.
Good pitch, a fastball, and Napoli watched it catch the outside corner. So Napoli got a fastball, but it was well placed.
Talk about perfect placement.
That time Napoli took it. It was a slider.
And then Pedroia coming down the line, and with Callaspo, who's the leader there? Pedroia with Donaldson playing deep, trying to come down the line with Gregerson looking right at him, trying to distract him a little bit, but Gregerson's been in this position, I'm sure, many times.
And he got it with a slider. No, foul ball. Quinn Walcott, the home plate umpire, came out immediately and put his hands up, meaning foul ball. Bob Melvin shoots out of the dugout. And now they're going to check with Greg Gibson, the first base umpire.
Well, it's Gibson's call, and I don't know why he's bringing in the third base or the other umpires. He should just make the call. It's a swing and a miss. He caught the ball. He backhanded the ball. He caught it. That's a catch. That ball did not hit the ground. And how did the umpire behind the plate see that? It always amazes me. Home plate umpire, this is a guess. There's no way he can see that to make the call. Yet he called it a ball hitting the dirt. And Napa, of course, is saying it, but the umpire already called it. They're going to say it's ball hit the dirt, and they are totally wrong. That's a bad call.
It's a bad call and a bad spot in the game. Well, Napoli pointed down like it hit the ground, and it clearly did not.
It did not hit the ground. Stephen Vogt backhanded the ball, and his glove was on the ground with the ball into the glove. And again, why the other umpires can't see it and how the home plate umpire could call it's beyond me.
The problem with the whole play is you're asking the first base umpire to call it, and well, he's 100 feet away. But I guess you still should be able to see whether it hit the dirt or not, and that's a bad call by Greg Gibson and the home plate umpire, Walcott, who really made the call immediately. So we'll do 2-2 again. Comes the runner, and Pedroia slides, and he's safe, and this game is tied. And Gregerson slams the baseball down and throws it toward the dugout. And I think the A's have a reason to be hot on this one because the umpires blew it.
Well, Pedroia was getting down the line aggressively, and with his second and third lead down the line, when this ball hit the ground, it's not surprising that he took the chance. He did not want to take the gift that the Red Sox got and give it away. He took the chance and went around the towel. And surprisingly, David Ortiz still at first base.
So 3-2 to Napoli. And the pitch is hit toward right where Gentry's under it. He's got it side retired. And Gregerson is all over the home plate umpire, and quite frankly, he should be. Quinn Walcott is wrong, and he's going to realize it when he goes watch the highlights. And Bob Melvin's been thrown out.
That is inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable.
So mistake by the umpires hurts the A's as this game is now tied 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Wow.
Number 28.
Here's our game summary. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 1-5-0 for the Red Sox, 1-4-0 for the Athletics. Both starting pitchers were very good. Both starting pitchers are going to get no decisions A very controversial run for the Red Sox in the top of the 8th to tie it. Controversial enough that A's manager Bob Melvin got thrown out. And the replays showed that it was a bad call by the umpires. It should have been strike 3 on Napoli. It was not. A couple pitches later, Pedroia on a wild pitch came hustling home, which was a heck of a play by Pedroia. Make sure we throw that in.
Absolutely. And saw his aggressiveness coming down the line. So with the ball bouncing, and definitely not surprised to see him taking the chance. And that's the way he plays the game. And you definitely have to give him credit. And really, that's kind of saying, okay, we got a gift. We don't want to blow it.
That's
right.
Right.
Take a chance. And they got a gift. They got a second chance. And he took the second chance and tied the game.
Nice play by Pedroia on a hard hit ground ball by the pinch hitter Nick Punto, and that's out number 1. So here's the pitch. Now this is strike 3. Napoli says it hit the ground.
Now watch Vogt. He backhands the ball and he caught it in the webbing. That ball never touched the dirt.
Napoli points, and the home plate umpire Quinn Walcott came out immediately and put his hands up, meaning foul ball.
And I think he did it before Napoli pointed. And then the ball that bounced, and Pedroia coming down the line. As soon as he saw the ball bounce, he took off. And he went around. You see him go to the outside because he wanted to go to the slide, knowing Vogt was going to dive back towards the plate. And it never really had the chance. So really that whole inning with the double play ball that Sogard had to jump and throw a high throw puts Pedroia at first. He goes to third on a base hit to center field. Big swing by Ortiz on 3-0.
One and 1 now to Coco Crisp. Coco's 0 for 3. Problem is, when you're the manager, you get thrown out. You feel like you're probably right, and then you're going to go in and see the replay. Well, then you know you're right, and then you're really going to be ticked off.
Yeah, you're going to get confirmation.
Mad again.
Look, you suck. You really suck, huh?
Yeah, he's saying that is on you, which Gregerson's correct. He could see it. Bob Melvin, and you know that's an umpire trying to cover himself on blowing a call that right now changes the whole dynamics of the game.
Well, he didn't get any help from.
No.
Well, he didn't ask for any help either, but Greg Gibson, first base umpire, looking that way. He obviously didn't do anything to change it.
And the right-handed hitter would be the first base umpire. And sometimes you can say, well, they're blocked, but there was no blocking because Ortiz was down the line or off the bag, and he was in a position where he could see it.
Two now. Two to Coco Crisp, trying to get aboard. Former teammate Craig Breslow. Hit up the middle. Ranging that way is Stephen Drew. His throw is high, but Napoli keeps his foot on the bag. That's a very nice play by the shortstop, Stephen Drew. So if you're wondering, well, why not review it? Well, if it's not on this list, then you can't review it. Those are the plays that you can. Plays that are subject to review. We've seen a handful of those before.
Maybe Mr. Torrey could add it to the list. I know that there was a manager just talked to recently that there was a play that the umpire at first was blocked on a play at the plate, couldn't see it. And so the positioning of the umpire hurt. They ended up costing. And I know there was going to be a discussion. We'll see if we can add that to the list. So we may see some additions, maybe like that one, because if umpires can't see it, it needs to be reviewed.
Gentry loops from the right for a 2-out hit. So hit number 5 for the A's, and that'll get Cespedes an at bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. John Farrell's coming out. John Farrell's going to make the move. Tazawa's warming up, and he's coming in. So it'll be Tazawa against Cespedes. Good matchup there when we come back. 1-1 game in the bottom of the 8th inning when it's time for Change Think. Speedy oil change and tune-up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
On Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports, and by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
So Cespedes coming up against Junichi Tazawa, good reliever for the Red Sox.
Well, what a right-hander at least does, and of course Gentry's had tremendous success against left-handed pitchers, but right-hander, sometimes you can read better, but I think this is the time even with Cespedes play power potential with Gentry's success stealing bases. I see he's got to go early, try to get in a scoring position where a single could score him. Brzezinski doesn't throw that well, he gets rid of the ball, but Gentry great jumps. See what the Red Sox do, but there are 2 outs, and score much easier on a single than extra bases or home run from first base. And that freeze was intentional.
$13 for 13 this year for Gentry. Not been thrown out since last August.
Well, the outfield playing no doubles, but that's a moot point. If they steal a second, then they have to come in for the play at the plate. But you'll see, and a lot of it's the quickness in which Tazawa can get rid of the ball. Waller talking to Gentry, maybe giving him time on the first pitch.
Missed again, 2-0. Tazawa steps off the side of the rubber, now back on top. Cespedes 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th inning today. Doolittle has been throwing, so he's ready. There's a strike. Doolittle may come in no matter what happens, whether it's tied or the A's have it.
Yeah, best case to have him come over the lead, but you figure the closer come in, can't save a game, so comes in to try to get the A's back in the dugout with the last at bat, try to win it. 1 inning appearance.
Gentry not running, and the pitch is hit toward right, but it's going to hang up for Holt, who's got it side retired. So Gentry is stranded, and we're on to the 9th inning from the Coliseum. It's a 1-1 game.
Today's Honda player of the game, Jesse Chavez. What a gutting performance he had today, because he probably did not have his best stuff, but battled 7 innings of shutout baseball, a season high 4 walks, not 1 scored, of course, but first and second, nobody out. He gets a double play and then strikes out Mike Napoli, and Jesse Chavez will get a no decision, but a game that maybe right now he should have had his closer on the mound trying to save a win for him. Instead, Sean Doolittle will try to get the A's back in the dugout in the bottom of the 9th inning. Still tied. But he has been outstanding. 10 saves and that 1 walk, 50 strikeouts. Just still hard to believe.
So he's going to face Johnny Gomes, the pinch hitters. Nick Punto in the game. Punto at second base. So Doolittle against Gomes to start the 9th. First pitch to Johnny Gomes is a bit high.
What that Gomes will do is be patient. He does not swing a lot of bad pitches. So the high fastball, while it works to get swing and misses, might have to get it down a little bit to get in the strike zone.
Losing the strike zone, 1-1. Gomes in this series 0 for 5 with a couple of walks. Strike 2, 1-2. Brzezinski to follow, and then Stephen Drew.
Down to the zone. They throw at 93 miles per hour. Changes the outside, goes upstairs. Started to be able to do it intentionally, and that's always key for him.
Popped up right side. Callaspo and Punto coming together, and Callaspo has it. That's the first down. So Johnny Gomes hitless in the series. And here's Brzezinski.
Now batting, number 40, A.J. Brzezinski.
Brzezinski 0 for 3 tonight, or today. 1 for 10 so far in this series. Pitch is hit to center. Coco's got room as he goes back a couple of steps, and that's the second out. Brzezinski 0 for 4. Hara, the Red Sox closer, starts to lightly toss.
For 7, Stephen Drew.
So with 2 outs, Drew will hit. Drew is hitless in the series. He's 0 for 10. Doolittle last night got the save, and he only threw 9 pitches. A couple of strikeouts.
With the strikeouts, that's very impressive. But he did 0-2.
More action for Coco, this time to his right, and Doolittle has a 3-up, 3-down top of the 9th inning. 3 outs in the air, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th, folks. Moss to lead it off. We're tied at 1.
Presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
DeMoss to lead it off as we're trying to wrap up Game 3 of this 4-game series. The series will be final after tomorrow, and we'll have that game for you to beat Leicester and Malone. 12:30 our coverage starts here on Comcast Sportsnet California. The ball game at 1:05, and then of course complete coverage every night on Sportsnet Central and CSNCalifornia.com. So that's tomorrow afternoon. John Lester and Tommy Malone, a couple of left-handers. The outcome of this game still up in the air, 1-1. Bottom of the 9th inning with Johnny Gomes staying in the game in left field, and Moss leading things off. First pitch to Moss, a line drive into the glove of the shift, and Stephen Drew was there and he grabs it. So Moss is retired. He's 1 for 4.
Now batting.
Hit it hard, but unfortunately,
number 20.
and as Brandon Moss said, they can put the shift, but he usually is going to swing, try to get through it. Usually hits the ball hard. If it makes it, it makes it. That one didn't.
So here's Donaldson. A long one would end it for the A's and give them their 5th consecutive win. Tazawa, excuse me. First pitch, no swing. Donaldson, a couple of groundouts and a strikeout today.
This is the time when Josh Donaldson has the home run power to sit on the pitch, look for it until he gets a couple of strikes. And they're trying to get on base to start an inning, or if he's able to get into one, end it with one swing.
Fouls that one straight back.
And Joe Nathan to Josh Donaldson just ended the game. Slider down and in, gone. Walk off, and the walk off home runs to right field against the Tigers, right on the right field line. They'll take it. Probably take another one today.
Ball outside, 95 from Tazawa. Tazawa in his 5th year with the Red Sox. Last year, really his first full year in the big leagues, and he was a very valuable setup man for the world champion Red Sox. Pitch foul at the plate. Got hit on this one.
There's a hanger too. Hanging slider got him in the left shoulder.
Everybody got it there. So the count remains 2-2 to Donaldson. Full count with Lowry to hit next.
Let's remember, this is A.J. Przinsky catching, and he very rarely will call a fastball 3-2. They poked the last night shot that Miller threw a perfect 3-2 slider that throws him at the plate before Chris got the base hit. Even today, instances where Boss got a 3-2 slider back in the 6th inning.
See what he throws on 3-2. Here it is, and it's not even close. Hit in front of home plate, and Donaldson with a walk.
That's a spiked split.
Second walk the A's have received today, and that's the winning run, folks.
Now batting shortstop, number 8, Jed Lowry.
So here's Lowry. Lowry, a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out today. He's looking for a walk-off. He's with 4 walk-off wins so far this year. Got spoiled in 2012.
Well, last year there were a few to get spoiled. It was not bad for the first 74 games. And since we have the gentleman who coined the phrase the walk-off for another reason, he's in the booth a couple booths over. So Yak always hated a walk-off after giving up a hit.
So initially it was a negative.
Absolutely. Well,
now it's turned into a positive.
It's turned into a positive. Exactly.
So now it's really geared toward the team that scores the run.
So
X said initially it's geared toward me, the reliever, because I'm walking off, backed off.
Walk off after giving up a hit and losing a game, which was very rare in his case. But when he did, when he tossed some salad or
well, it makes, I mean, walk off. It makes sense.
Right.
The pitcher after the loss walking off
because he is on the field when the team scores.
It's a bad field. Or not only that, but all the defenders are walking off the field, watching the other team celebrate, which is no fun. Mr. Miyagi, don't mess with that guy.
Well, we've seen the big head Eck win a couple of races this weekend. Might as well see a walk-off. Maybe with some cheese and tossed salad or something. Because Eck had all the phrases.
Rolled foul, and the count is even 2-2 to Lowry. Another tight game between the A's and the Red Sox. The A's have come out on top the first two nights.
Good swing. Another one off the face mask.
AJ's taking a beating. Pitch. Fastball in the inner half, and Lowry stays in there. Pretty good gap in right center, and Lowry does hit a lot of doubles. Just missed.
Well, this is over the plate. There have been some close pitches started back in the first inning that have not been called.
So we'll see if the A's start the runner. 3-2, 1 out. Johnson not going, and it's a swing and a miss by Lowry. So the A's strike out for the 8th time today.
94-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle, and you got that kind of fastball. Why wouldn't you use it? He does and gets the strikeout.
So here's Vogt. Stephen Vogt's had a terrific game. Tripled and scored in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, singled in the 7th. So 2 for 2. Three for 5 with a couple of walks in this series. Kind of a mini shift, not a full shift. Drew, the shortstop, is playing right behind second base. Pedroia playing a normal slot. Herrera went over toward a shallow shortstop spot. So that's the way they're lined up for Vogt.
Well, for the crew in right field, sharing, I believe, in Stephen Vogt, how appropriate would it be for them to get a home run ball? Since they believe so strongly in Stephen Vogt, they're chanting that. The way Stephen Vogt has played, nothing would be surprising anymore.
Goes the other way with a foul ball. Have stranded 5 runners through 8 innings. The Red Sox have stranded 6 through their 9 innings. Not a huge amount of scoring opportunities for either team. Coming up from Tazawa, and here it is, and it's fouled left side again. The first row of the upper deck. That fan, he caught it momentarily, then dropped it, but was able to pick it up before it bounced downstairs. So he hung with it. Made a nice play. in the count, 1-2. Donaldson inches off just a slightly larger lead. To left field, Gomes is under it. Gomes has it, and we're going to extra innings on a Saturday afternoon at the Coliseum. It's a 1-1 game after 9. And need you to decide the player of the game. Your vote counts, and the winner will be revealed during A's postgame live. Follow the action on the diamond like never before with enhanced Bloomberg stats and much, much more. A's in-game live at csncalifornia.com. Log on now and vote. So 10th inning coming up. It's a 1-1 game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Dan Otero comes in for appearance number 34. So, another A's reliever having a very good season.
Well, it's unfortunate that now into extra innings, these are pitchers that should not even be pitching. This game should have been over if the correct call had been made. So it's a matter of now what it does to the bullpen for series finale tomorrow. At least the A's do have a couple of off days next week.
Otero facing Jonathan Herrera, and Jackie Bradley, and then Rock Holt. Three guys batting left-handed against Otero. If anybody were to get on, Pedroia. Slice foul into the seats. So 1-2. Each team with 5 hits. Not good in there. Donaldson's not going to be able to get to it. One hop into the seats. Rangers and the Angels will start in about 20 minutes down in Anaheim. A's are playing their 12th extra inning game of the season, and a good record of 7-4. This one's popped up. Lowry's going out. Lowry's under it, and that's out number 1. So Bradley will hit.
Number 25, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Bradley, a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. He's 2 for 8 in the series. And he fouls it. Knocked off the glove of Vogt.
Red Sox, we mentioned coming into the series, scored 5 runs to sweep the Minnesota Twins. They've not been scoring a lot. 1 run in this game. And that's good. You just never know, especially in an extra inning close game.
Good pitch there, and now Otero ahead in the count, 1-2. Gregerson, Doolittle, and now Otero out of the A's bullpen. It's hit hard, and that's going to be a base hit. So a 1-out single puts the go-ahead runner aboard, and it's a speedy runner in Bradley.
Another ground ball from Dan Otero, but just happened to be hit hard enough to the right of Punto.
Number 26, Brock Holt.
If you're not scoring runs, just have to wonder if John Farrell has a couple of hitters. Bradley with speed, Holt, who handles the bat well. They try to do something with 1 out. Put Bradley in motion and try hit and run. Get desperate when you're not scoring runs.
No question. And they are not. Couple of hits for Holt, and Bradley, the runner at first, is 5 for 5 in steal attempts. He's got a decent lead. First pitch, a strike to Holt. Holt singled in the 6th, then singled again in the 8th. He also walked in the 1st. Pedroia will be next. After Pedroia, it's Ortiz. Not going outside. Ray still leading the Astros 5-0 in the 8th inning. It's the only other American in the game that's going on. Bigger lead this time for Bradley. He had another half a step that time, so maybe he's getting a little bit of a read on Otero.
He's got a very good slide step and quick pitch, which helps keep the runner close at second. Start first anyway to prevent him from trying to steal second.
And that's flipped into left center field, excuse me. That's a base hit. Coco got it in quickly, so Holt has 3 hits, and now Pedroia will come up.
Got it up again and a little bit below the belt. And Holt has shown that he knows how to handle the bat using the whole field. Young's got to pay a visit.
So Pedroia and Ortiz, the next 2 hitters up for the Red Sox.
Number 15, Dustin Pedroia.
Pedroia has hit into a double play. He has grounded out, he has singled, and he has reached out a fielder's choice, and he's scored the only run on a wild pitch. So 1 for 4 on the day. And looked like he was taken all the way, and he takes a strike.
Dan Otero, of course, gets ground balls, but the pitches in this inning have all been in an area that hitters have to hit on top to get the ground ball. But the elevation of the fastball is not good for a sinker ball.
Little flare coming in is Gentry. He's going to get there. He's got it. So, and he dropped it, but it was on the exchange as Greg Gibson was pretty close to Gentry, and he immediately put his right arm up with a fist, meaning it's an out.
Well, otherwise he got in a double play and been out of the inning. Because if in the rules before and the transfer, and of course they would say it has to be complete, and that rule of course was changed, but
Number 34,
with both runners staying
David
at the bags first
Ortiz.
and second, if that would have been a no catch, it would have been a double play. How great would that have been?
Well, we like those old rules right now.
Yeah, right. That would have been a nice one to have.
So here's Ortiz, and the first pitch to Poppy is in there. Lots of speed with Bradley and Holt as the runners for the Red Sox.
Well, and Donaldson only played on the left side, and you know, as the old saying goes, there's a base open. It happens to be third, and you know, you got a guy who has been in these situations many times in David Ortiz.
Swings and misses over top.
What it basically allows you to do as a pitcher catcher is to utilize your best pitches. I mean, do a pitcher's pitch. As Uehara, if the Red Sox take the lead, he'll just keep warming up. That's a big pitch for the strike and swing and miss by Ortiz.
He slices that one left field, but foul. So a quick meeting on the mound between Vogt and Otero. Huge pitch coming up. With the crowd today, over 32,000, and they've seen a good ball game. Most of them rise to their feet, and Ortiz steps out. Swinging with a fastball in under the hands. So Otero works out of the jam, and the Red Sox strand 2. Bottom of the 10th is coming up. It's a 1-1 game.
On your favorite mobile phone or tablet, get live look-ins, instant replay, score, stats, audio, free MLB TV, MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit athletics.com today.
So, bottom of the 10th inning, and it's a 1-1 game.
Get some nice calls on Diamond Vision on those walk-offs, so maybe you can get another one.
That would be fine with me. Edward Majica comes in. Majica pitched the 8th inning on Thursday night. Did not give up a run, gave up a couple of hits. Tazawa goes an inning and a third. Gives up 1 walk, has a strikeout.
Yankees would like to do what they did in that game, get the first 2 runners on base, only not get the double play the next guy. At least they put a couple on. Be a beautiful thing now.
Caspo way out in front, hooks it well, foul. Plenty of distance, but foul. Punto to follow, and then crisp here in the 10th inning. Tampa with a sacrifice fly in the third, and then a couple of fly balls to center field. Missed again, 3-1. Seems like this is the point of the game where you just always have confidence that the A's are going to somehow win the game. There's a leadoff walk, and that's a pretty darn good start.
And those pitches not even close. Gregerson still on the bench. John Farrell looking on for his club, but for Caespo, he's trying to start the inning, and he does it with a walk, seeing 5 pitches, only 1 strike.
Just seems like, Ray, we know how good the A's bullpen is, and that certainly makes a big difference in extra inning games or late in the game, but it also seems like the A's hitters have their best at bats late in the game.
Well, that's where the patience comes in, because instead of trying to be a hero with 1 swing, and now Nick Punto, see if he sacrifices. Third baseman is thinking it. Herrera.
Shows bunt, but the pitch is high.
And this is where you have to really have the patience, because you know your job is to try to sacrifice, get the runner in scoring position, but the pitcher's not going to throw a strike. You don't just bunt the ball just to get it down. If he's going to walk you take that as well. Might groove one, you hit one in the gap, win the game that way.
Outside again, and now it's 2-0.
Well, the corner infield is really charging. But those 2 pitches, actually the last 4, when you hit, you haven't been close.
Never know if you get tempted with the count 2-0 to take the bunt off. But at least you have to decide that's what we're going to do.
Well,
should we just stick with it?
Right, and you really have to zone in to make sure you don't swing wildly to pitch, because you get the green light 2-0.
Not close, and now it's 3-0. How about that?
All right, Punto, the veteran, doing exactly what you should do. Square around the bunt, but if it's a ball, you take it. Do not help the pitcher by giving it out when he's having a tough time throwing a strike. So he's got to throw a strike here. You figure this is taking all the way. And then if he goes to 3-1, then otherwise. That's a pretty good pitch to bunt, too, because you figure he's going to throw a strike.
Well, that's true. Yeah, if you're going to stick with the bunt, if that's going to be what you're going to do.
It's also, in some hitters' case, Punto does have some power, but a 3-0 fastball. It's very hittable, very tempting.
And he punts it. First base, and Napoli thought about second and throws to first. I'm not sure what Napoli was doing. There was absolutely no chance to get the runner at second. But he did get it to first just in time to get Punto.
Well, Punto dragged the ball, and I think it's almost like he assumed Napoli was going to do this. Look how he's sprinting out of the box, and that little hesitation almost caused Napoli to have Punto safe at first. He looked to second thinking I got a chance. He did not. Maybe he figured he had enough time, plenty of time to get Punto, and he barely got it. Great hustle by Nick Punto. Great bunt, getting the ball down, and a couple of chances to drive in a winning run.
Well, the closer, Uehara, is warming up in the bullpen, and that's where they're going. So, Coach Uehara is coming in, and he's going to try to get this game into the 11th inning. The A's want nothing to do with that.
April 3rd against the Seattle Mariners, and that was a pitch that Noesi threw. That was a home run, and Noesi, he gone. I don't think he even walked back to the dugout before they had designated him. But the A's had the walk-off win in the early part of April.
Coco.
The initial walk-off win of 2014, and the A's are trying to do it here again. So Koji Uehara, he's a very, very good closer. Look at his numbers: 4 walks, 43 strikeouts in 32 innings. So very impressive numbers for him.
15 for 15 save. The only thing he's trying to save here is to get back to the dugout and prevent a loss for his bullpen mate. He can quickly go ahead and run at second base. Uehara, a good split.
This pitch to Coco, base hit right field. Here comes Callaspo. Home straight to the plate is right, and the A's have done it again, and Coco's done it again. So the A's again win it late. Bullpen does the job, and the A's just wait till they get a big hit late in the game, and they always seem to do it. So that is win number 5 in a row for the Athletics, and they have taken the first 3 games of this series over the Red Sox. All good games, all tight, and the A's walk off this afternoon.
First pitch hitting, elevated, as a lot of pitches have been today, down in the corner. Unfortunately, Holt with a very good, strong arm in right field. The good news about it is that it was down towards the corner, which meant Holt had to go a little bit to his left to get the ball. And there's the key for Callaspo to be able to score the winning run. Had to slide under the high throw, but able to get the job done. And just a very good inning for the Athletics, because Mejica just could not throw strikes, and that helped the A's get to go ahead and run at second, and no hesitation whatsoever.
So Bob Melvin was thrown out earlier. Chip Hale
got a W.
They get a partial win today.
Got a W.
All right, so Coco Crisp is standing by downstairs. He's the hero again. And Coco, you keep getting game-winning hits. You got to keep talking to us. I hope you're okay with that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So Koji Uehara, very good closer, and you don't wait around. You swing at the first pitch. Kind of what was your game plan going into that at-bat?
Get lucky. Just I've been putting good swings on the ball. Today at least I felt that way, and it hadn't just worked out for me. So I was just trying to put another good swing on it, and this time it was probably not my best swing all day, and that one just worked out. Nice little soft liner.
What can you say about your ball club with the adversity? And we saw the replay, and both caught the ball, should not have made the extra innings, but the adversity, you guys come back and able to come back and win a ball game, even though you had a little bit of adversity, but yet you find a way to come back and win.
Yeah, we just keep grinding. I mean, obviously we're playing against a team that has similar mentality. They keep pushing and keep grinding, so we know it's always going to be a battle against the Red Sox, and we're just fortunate to be able to come up on top today, yesterday, and hopefully we keep it going. But that's our mentality, is that never give up, never say die type of thing, and it's just been working for us.
Oh, Josh Reddick isn't around, son.
Maybe you don't have anything to worry about today.
You don't have any pies to worry about.
How I look?
You look good.
Look very good.
Do I look scary?
You're in a cesspit with Josh Reddick on his rehab assignment, so I guess you got some good teachers.
I don't even know how to wipe this off.
Carefully.
Oh man, it's all over. That was a good one.
So if you didn't know who it was, as Ray said, it was Cespedes.
Yes.
Well, it's good. I'm hungry. Tastes good. A little salty.
Well, Coco, one final question. Ray and I talked a lot about how you guys seem to put together your best at-bats late in the game, and it's a team-wide thing. You guys must take a lot of pride in that, because there's no question some of the best at-bats come later in the game.
Yeah, you know, we don't try to go up there. Well, I should put it like this: we try to go up there and battle every pitch, and you know, we try not to give just one pitch away. So throughout the entire game, to have that focus, you know, it pays off for us. Every guy that goes up there, you know, they got a plan every single pitch, and you know, it starts from chilly, and it leads all the way into each guy talking in the dugout about what the pitcher was throwing and everything like that, the communication, and it's been working for us.
Well, indeed it has. So, Coco Crisp, you're a hero again. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right. So, a walk-off, and we love our walk-offs here in Oakland, no doubt about that. And Coco didn't wait around, and you wonder, you said it right before the pitch game. Uhara's got a great splitter. Yeah. It's a strikeout pitch for him, and he may be the kind of guy where if you're a hitter, hey, I don't want to get behind this guy because he's tougher when he gets in that spot. And I don't know if that's what Coco was thinking, but he didn't wait around. He took a rip at the first pitch.
Well, it's unusual for a closer on the road to come into a game, but I think John Farrell may be realizing his offense is not really what it is expected to be, and not scoring any runs one today on a wild pitch, and opportunities for runners in scoring position, so maybe to bring his closer in, trying to get his club back in the dugout, but Coco did not allow him to get to the point of getting the ball down and utilizing the splitter. And maybe in hindsight, you know the hitter's going to be aggressive. Why would you throw him a fastball in the first place? He did. He elevated it, and Coco was not waiting around. But, you know, again, the bullpen did a great job. Gregerson, that's it just shouldn't have been a blown save as it turned out to be. But, again, Sean Doolittle and Dan Otero, the rows keep continuing to guys come out of the bullpen in different rows, different situations, and come through big time. And they did it again today to give their club a chance to get to the bottom half of the inning.
So it's been a great homestand. The A's are winning. The crowds are coming out, and it's all good right now. The A's have now won 5 consecutive games. They've won 7 out of their last 8, and they add on to the best record in Major League Baseball, 47-28, with today's walk-off win over the Boston Red Sox. Coco Crisp bringing home a Merkel Kayasco. Final score, it's the A's 2, and it's the Red Sox 1 in 10 innings. You've been watching Oakland A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California. Don't go away. A's post-game live with Brody Brazil and Mark Kreider starts right now.